Last thing I want to talk about, Purdue. Braden Smith, it looked like he went down with a knee injury. The way that he landed, the way that he tweaked it, the way that he was down in pain under the basket, I thought that thing was going to be serious. He came back in and played. I haven't seen an update from Matt Painter, but I'm assuming if he came back in the game and played, it probably isn't going to be something that is going to linger that much. It does, though, kind of remind me of the fine margins that team is playing with in the NCAA tournament and in college, like for the rest of the season. Because if they look, they are one sprained ankle at the wrong time away from having things blow up. And if they there's just, I don't know if there's a team with more pressure on them heading into March, heading into the NCAA tournament than them.
Absolutely. And when we were sitting there watching and he went down, it did not look good. So I was really happy just to see him come back into the game, man. But I got sick for all the Purdue fans watching it. It's just like, oh God, there goes another season down the tubes of having a really great year and probably making an early exit because, I mean, at the end of the day, he's that important to that team for them. And like you said, their margin of error is still really slim. They're one sprained ankle, they're one major injury away. But, I mean, at this time, I feel like there are a lot of teams that are like that. Some not so much, that are a little bit deeper. But for him, for what he means to their team, him or Edie Arnan or not playing for whatever reason, they're a completely different team.
Yeah, I feel like Purdue at this point, and they get I'm blanking on it. They get Wisconsin in the semifinals of the Big Ten tournament tomorrow. And I understand like why there's a sentiment against them in the Big Ten, right? Like it just when you're as good as they've been for the last 2 years, there's going to be back from the other teams in the league. I understand why people are sick of watching Zach Edey play because he is so damn dominant. Like it is what it is. I get the pushback against him in the Big Ten, but I do feel nationally that at least I don't know if maybe it's just me in my own bubble, but that's the team that I want to win more than anybody that I'm not specifically a fan of or affiliated with or a graduate of. Because I want it for Paint, and I want it for Zach Edey, and I want it for those guys, and I want it so that they have some kind of reclamation for what happened last season. Like I want that for them. If they end up, let's just say they get bounced in like the second round by an 8 seed or something like that, I'm going to be sick for them. I'm going to feel so bad for that group of guys.
No, I agree with that, and I feel like they're an easy team to kind of root for. Like you said, if you take your own personal bias out of it, and you want to see them do well, especially after just getting dumped on for the last year, and the early exits and losing to Fairleigh Dickinson. Yeah,
the Fighting Tobin Anderson is
so,
what people call it.
Look, after that, and just knowing that they had to go through the mill for weeks and weeks and weeks, and hearing about that until the tournament was over, then having to hear about it all offseason, you want them to do well, at least make a deep run. So yeah, they're easy to root for. I'll say the other one is the interview we just had. Man, I would really like to see Kelvin Sampson get one. Man, I love Coach Sampson. He the day I have a son, him, Hurley, Shaka Smart. That's gonna be my list right there. They can have them.
Yeah,
they can have
those
them,
are the coaches.
Oh yeah, I want my coach to play for a guy like that. I didn't like his body language, so I sat his ass on the bed. That's my kind of coach right there, man. How could you not like that?